Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to the garage once again. We're going to be looking over the new German Tier 8 premium medium tank, the Panther MIT 8.8. This is the fourth Panther variant to enter the game. You may be wondering what the difference is between this vehicle and the Panther 2 Tier 8 medium that you can get from the tech tree, and why you should shell out your hard-earned bucks for this thing. Well, the name really says it all, but fear not, all will be revealed shortly. Hull armor is more like a Panther 1, but not quite as good, with only 80mm on the front, 50mm on the side, and 40 on the rear. So the Panther 2 kind of wins here with its 100mm on the front, 60 on the sides, and 40 on the rear. Both tanks are identical when it comes to turret armor, having 120mm on the front, a 60 on the sides, and 60 on the rear as well. When we look at the mobility of the two tanks, this is where the Panther 8.8 outshines its tech tree cousin. Panther 8.8 has a power-to-weight ratio of 14.9 horsepower per ton, compared to the 12.9 for the Panther 2. And while they have the same top speed of 55 km per hour, Panther 8.8's hull traverse is 5 degrees better than Panther 2 at 48 degrees, but slightly worse turret traverse by 3 degrees at 32. The guns are identical in both penetration and damage figures, with regular AP providing 203mm and spicy APCR bringing home the bacon with 237mm. Damage is 220 hit points per shot for both tanks, accuracy of 0.34 and aim time of 1.9 seconds. Really good specs. It's the same for both as well. Panther 8.8's rate of fire of 8.96 rounds per minute, though, is slightly less than the Panther 2's 9.23 rounds per minute, which then allows Panther 2 to edge out the 8.8 in DPM. 2030.5 compared to the 8.8's 1971.2. Panther 2 also has slightly better gun depression at -6 degrees compared to the 8.8's -5 degrees. Both tanks have an identical view range of 250 meters, which is not bad at all. Consumables, provisions, and equipment can help you get a little more out of the 8.8. I like to run the multi-purpose restoration pack, the repair kit, and adrenaline for those desperate situations when your opponent has you on the ropes. Being a premium tank, you should be able to afford the provisions, and I load the improved fuel, chocolate, and the protective kit. For equipment, I would run the rammer, coated optics to give an advantage in view range, and since it's important for this tank to remain in motion, I would run the vertical stabilizer for more accurate shooting on the move. So, what's cool about the Panther 8.8, especially when we see it compared to the tech tree dwelling Panther 2? As the name suggests, it is a Panther 1 with the L71 88mm gun, and, well, despite it not showing so well in certain categories in comparison to the Panther 2, the specs are still quite reasonable as they are. Power to weight ratio and turret traverse increase may be enough to make this tank more effective on the battlefield than the Panther 2. Let's face it, Panther 2's armor never really gave a sense of security anyway, so with the better mobility, you may have more choices about your position on the battlefield and not have to take as many hits. The 1.5 times earnings of credits and XP won't hurt you either. Well folks, there you have it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. If you really enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments. As well, be sure to visit my social media pages, both on Facebook and Twitter. This is where I post info that, well, not belonging in a video, it's worth taking a look at. I would also like to give a shout out to my Patreon supporters. If you like what I do and enjoy the community all of us humans are building, please consider supporting the mission via my Patreon page. There are quite a few options with varying levels of support. Maybe one of them will suit you. Links to all things in the video description. Alright folks, thanks very much for stopping by and watching. I'll catch you next time.